So, how'd you come up with the name? It's a strange name. I'm gonna be honest.
Are we gonna give the non-proper answer?
Oh, let's give it.
We can give all
answers.
Okay.
Let's be honest. Full transparency.
Let's start from the start. In the beginning, we had no name.
What was the test name? Like, how'd you name the thing?
Dumb shit.
Blarn.
Blarn was the one.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
It was called Blarn, and and I to this day I have no idea what it means.
No, it was a BoJack.
No, you do. It was a BoJack.
I know it's from BoJack, but I have no idea. Yeah.
Dude, Atisha, I remember when I saw that episode, I was like, I just messaged him like mad, like, go on.
And then,
but that was a placeholder, though. Okay, very clearly a placeholder.
We never intended to rip off.
Right.
To any companies who are watching this podcast,
watch this podcast.
We are professionals.
We are professional 18-year-olds.
We are very respectful of IP law.
As the last 1 hour has shown, we are absolutely professional.
Yeah. And then, I think Viv and I were talking, and we were like, we should put a name that's like close to the Singaporean community, like a slang or something, you hear maybe locals say, or like aunties or something. And then, of course, we thought of something like Can Mah, like Can Mah, yeah. And then we Googled it, and it was taken by a beer company. So
yeah.
We searched up like more Singaporean, slangs. I don't know what they're called.
Synonyms for Can Mah. Synonyms for Can Mah, right?
We just changed the L to an M. It was Can Mah.
Another driving reason for calling it Can Mah was to insinuate that it's a platform where it involves motherly feelings of affection. Can Mah. And so we were trying to show that it's a platform where you can help each other out of the kindness of your heart.
I'd like to apologize on Vivek's behalf. He's still in IB mode right now. He's
That's the response we give to companies. That's the response we give to companies.
It's a diplomatic response.
I think all of us are just hoping that one day someone's going to make a request on Goodwood and someone's going to reply with Can Mah. I think that's our one goal.
That's the real goal behind it. Like none of this helping people.
But yeah, I'd say almost intentionally, like Can Mah is like, yes, I can do it, or like, go ahead, let's do it. It's like that, that things are done on this platform.
But Mah is a specific Singaporean slang.
Well, I guess it kind of relates to how we built the app itself. We've tried to distance ourselves from it quite a bit. I remember on our Instagram page, I said we should put a picture of us because people were asking who we are.
Yeah.
But other than that, one picture so people can find us if they want to know. We've had to focus squarely on the app, what it does, the service, because we want this to be its own thing. And in doing that, we try to kind of inject a lot of the Singapore spirit into it. Like whenever I'm making a post on like our kind of social media communiques, I always tag it with like Bahula Singapore or some other very local saying to kind of express that Singaporean pride and kind of get people kind of invested in this very Singaporean attitude.
Yeah,
And,
just to add that. Yeah, like even our logo, like primary color, like when we were making that, like it's red and white, and our whole website is red and white to just encapsulate Singapore colors. So we just want to like make it very
same with our Facebook page. We're just sticking to the red and white Singaporean theme.
Yeah, I think our cover photo is just a Singapore flag. Yeah.
I think Vivek and I at one point we were kind of daydreaming about what if this takes off, suddenly becomes this massive thing and we go international.
We all done that.
We've all done that.
Only at one point in time.
We did this like at the very start. When we had no clue what we were doing. Right? We did that, and we were thinking, how is this Can Mah thing gonna work? How is it gonna fit in if it's so Singapore centric? If this goes international, how is that going to work? And the thing is, I think we came to the conclusion that it basically won't.
Why?
we make a
because
why not?
to a large extent, our service is based on trust between the people who request for groceries and the people who pick it up for them, and that kind of trust is actually really, really difficult to come by. Especially now, especially coming through it on an online platform, right?
Yeah.
It becomes very, very difficult to trust someone. And I don't know, Vivek and I, we were just saying that it's probably only possible to do that in Singapore. If we tried this in India, in the US, it really might not catch on at all.
And of course, there's a few exceptions here and there. But sorry,
definitely. And
go on, Vic, go on.
No. Okay. I was just reflecting on that, right? Like oftentimes in Singapore, we say that there's like a kiasu culture of people being selfish and of doing things for their own gain, right? But then, in fact, what I feel is that there's a much more long-lasting and established that spirit that we talked about, the kampung spirit. That when we contacted these organizations, the fact that so many organizations like this exist in Singapore, and the fact that Nigel created this platform, and the fact that people were interested to even volunteer the time, so many people, is just indicative of that there are people willing to help, and that is possible part and parcel due to the fact that it's Singapore and not some other nation. Rise for the anthem.
I mean, Can Mah in essence is to be honest, I agree with Ron completely. Like, we could only pull this off in Singapore because of how even you can see everyone, like, they follow the rules without, like, okay, for example, in India, I've seen this so many times, if there's no police, there's no red light, but the second there's police, the red light exists.
What's scary is that you guys know India really well, and you guys don't live in India, but the things you know about India were the same 10 years ago, were the same 20 years ago, and they're the same today. And I don't think nothing's going to change for a while. So
it's not. I think everyone's adapted to that thinking as well, that nothing's going to change. That's why people don't even try anymore.
Yeah, and it's what I hate, I don't know, but what you guys have done, you guys had a way to do it, and you guys didn't know how to do it, but you found a way, and then you worked really hard, and then you got it done. To do what you guys have done in India would be 20 times harder, just because of you know what I mean.
Definitely.
And
a big part of it.
Sorry, I would actually say it depends. I would say it depends, because it depends on, because in India, basically the whole culture is, if you know people, if you have connections, you can make it. If you don't have connections, you're going to be lost. So I think at the end of the day, if you're trying something like that in India, it just depends on what kind of connections you have.
I mean, even with that, like, how we wanted the app to be was just like locally run. Like, we wanted to give people a platform. Like, obviously, like, if like for example, if we knew like a really big coding company and they helped us through this, like the hypothetical situation, like, I still think that the amount of trust people have in Singapore, I would say, wouldn't be there in India, or at least from what I've seen.
Honestly, so, even over in Kuala Lumpur, it's a lot riskier.
And I mean, for the longest, I wouldn't. Of course, it's not digitized, but you guys are familiar with the word Jugaad, right? It's people just do things in India. It's not a system where you need an app. I would say in India, it's more like people just do things, whether you pay them or not. It's
so
just
like kind Samaritan deeds.
It's like
Jugaad for Logan. So Jugaad is basically
viewers.
So and viewers. Jugaad is a term where it's like you'll find a way to do it.
You'll find the easiest way to do it.
Easiest way, or just any way to do it.
Any way to do it.
Yeah, you find any way to do it. So like if, for example, if you, like in India, like if someone falls sick, there'll be that one uncle who has all the connections, and they'll call a helicopter and take you home. Like
Yeah,
there's
exactly.
there's some
That's
way
my
of doing
uncle.
it. there's every Indian person has that one uncle with the connections. So yeah, so that's somewhat. I mean, Yadrik can add some like like a proper term here or whatever of what Jugaad is, but it's like
Jugaad.
that's basically what it is.
And it's become so it's a part of daily life. Honestly, it's like
Yeah.
my house ran on Jugaad all of lockdown, and I have no shame in admitting it because that's the only way it could have worked, right? So I'm like,
But-
and no,
No, I'm just saying Jugaad is just integrated into the culture.
Yeah.
Indian
Everyone does it.
culture.
yeah, yeah. Dude, it's gonna be in textbooks at one point. But you want to learn about India, figure out how to do things easily.
COVID-19 and Jugaad.
Hey guys, if you enjoyed the video, please do hit like. I need to shave. I really need to shave. Sorry. We're 21 subscribers away from hitting 200. So if you could be one of those 21 people, I will be eternally grateful for you. And yeah, I know the phone's shaking a bit. Yeah, sorry. But yeah, the last two podcasts have done really well in comparison to the first few. So if you watched any of those, thank you so much, and please do watch this one and like the video if you can. And if you don't want to like it, you can subscribe. You can do anything, just do something after watching it, because yeah, thank you so much, and I'll see you soon.